Okay, guys, so still 194. So, guys, that is my new consistent weight on this bulk. I have not seen under 194 pounds. But yeah, I spoke about it before. The bulk is coming to an end, and I am excited for the cut because I want to see at the end of October when I'm like around 12, 13%. That's why I assume I will be at the end of the 1 month cut. I want to see where my weight is, and I want to be above 186 pounds because the last cut I got down to, it was like 183, 184. So we're just going to have to see, and that's what I'm excited for. I never thought that I would say I'm excited to cut down because, like I always say, there's no progress being made in a cut in a hypertrophy sense. So yeah, let me just get into this last workout. So yesterday was supposed to be back day, but during the day, I decided not to do back because my back is still a little bit sore. It's not fully recovered. It's because I did a lot of, well, I didn't do a lot, but I did a little bit of direct trap and rear delt work, and I haven't done that in a little while, so my back wasn't used to it. And yeah, so I just didn't want to work out my back at all if I'm still a little bit sore. That's my mentality. If a muscle is still sore, do not work it out because there's no point of training it if it's still in the recovery process. So decided to take an off day on back. And what I did yesterday, it was a really simple, smooth, non-stressful day. I did calves and abs. So what I started with was a seated calf machine. I go back and forth with the seated calf and the standing calf machine. The difference is with the standing calf machine, it works the more meaty part, the back part of the calf, and seated works like the sides of the calves, and that's what I want to target because I really want to get that nice ripped look on my calves. Like, calves are very hard to grow, and I don't know why. It's just like not for me, for a lot of people. Like, I know a bunch of bodybuilders, like professional bodybuilders, that do not train their calves at all, really. And yeah, it's just like they're just a very stubborn muscle to grow, and I don't really personally think that there is a need for them to grow because you can still have nice looking legs and your calves aren't humongous. Of course, not really skinny calves, but I don't think, I mean, some people probably have skinny calves, but not me, not really. So what I started with was the seated calf machine, and I started at a weight where I used it as a warm-up and my first set, so I kept the intensity high. And then right after that, I would turn around and I would work the front of the calf. When I started working the front of the calf, I started doing it about probably like 4 to 6 months ago, and I definitely noticed definition in my calves as a whole, front and back, with this seated superset combo. And yeah, so then I started going heavier after my first set, and I stayed at this superset combo for 7 sets, okay? And I still try to take these sets to the highest intensity possible, but calves are one of those muscles where you can't really go to failure per se. It's just I stop when the burn is all the way where it burns so much I can't go anymore, because you can always do partials. You can always like stop for another second and then bang out 5 more, and then stop for a second and bang out 5 more. So there's not really a failure mark for the calves. Yeah, so I just always train them until the burn is at that top level, okay? And once those were done, after 7 sets, I went on and I did my cable crunches for abs. And I did the same thing as calves. I started very light, and I used that as my first set as a warm-up and as a working set. And then I went heavier from there. I stayed at the abs for 7 sets as well. And guys, I have said it before, but this is the ab workout that I have grown my abs the most in. I have never had abs before this point. And guys, initially, before the bulk started, I said how I wanted to stay relatively lean where I can still see my abs. And so far, that is a check. Now, in this pump check for my abs, they're still visible. They're still there. And, but I have put on a certain amount of body fat. That is just okay, though. That's okay. It's kind of hard for me to accept, but it just comes with it, you know? It just comes with it. And as the bulk gone on and as my lifting journey has gone on over the years, and I just came to acceptance with it because I could cut fat like this, and I always have to remember that. I always have to think that way because that's the truth. And when I'm competing in my first show, I'm going to have to be able to cut down as much as possible, get as lean as possible, and all the fat will be gone. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Okay, for some people, cutting down is a lot harder, and for some people, bulking up is a lot harder. I'm the kind of person where I would say I'm in the middle because I can eat a lot in the beginning of bulks. I can eat at a good amount in the beginning of bulks, and I can put on a decent amount of weight, but I still stay relatively lean. But after like 40 days of bulking, that's when it starts to get a little bit harder to put down food. I would say after the first month, really. That's when I would say it's a little bit harder to put down food. And then for cutting, and then I would say I'm in the middle because also cutting is not hard for me. The whole way through, really, a cut is not hard unless I'm going really low calories. Like a few years ago, I cut down to 1,800 calories, and I remember that was a little bit hard because after eating like 2 months at 1,800 calories, I remember my energy levels were so low, and I wasn't supplementing electrolytes after sweating a lot. So I had a little bit of trouble with that cut. I still did it. I still got it done. But yeah, so realistically, I will never cut that low again until I have my first show and I have my first coach, my first diet coach and everything. But that is a little while away. So I just wanted to say in this workout, I had to do it kind of fast. The whole thing was like 40 minutes, 35 minutes because it was late. It was Labor Day yesterday, and I got to the gym at 4 o'clock and they were closing at 5. So I had to kind of speed through this one. But overall, it was a successful day. I didn't want to take off. Even though I wasn't going to do my back, I wanted to rest my back. There were still other muscles that could have been worked. Like yesterday, for example, it fell on my abs because my back day is also my ab day because I go back and forth with abs and calves. But since I also did calves yesterday, I won't be doing it today, which will be my arm day. And you guys will see this video tomorrow. So, yeah, not trying to confuse you, but as this bulk has been going on, I'm starting to realize the benefits of taking rest days because I used to not take rest days for like almost 2 years straight. I did not take a rest day. That's not true. I would say like a year and a half maybe. I didn't take a rest day. It was just the way that my split lined up. But guys, rest days are definitely beneficial because ever since I started taking rest days, ever since I started incorporating rest days in this new split that I've had for like almost 2 months now, I notice better lifts. I notice more strength increase because I'm letting my body recover more and it's able to be more fresh and it's able to be stimulated all over again. It's like going back to the gym brand new with a fresh start. That's how I feel every day of my split that I'm going into. Like today I'm going into arms. My arms feel absolutely not sore at all. I feel ready to go. I feel strong. I have a lot of food in me. So yeah. As this bulk has gone on, like I said, I've noticed the benefits of rest days, and I know that my next back day is going to absolutely be a beautiful one because it's going to be fully recovered. No stress on my back. That means since I took a rest day, there has not been any stress on my back in like a full week, basically, from last back day to my next back day that's going to be coming up. Even a little bit more than a week because that's just how my split worked out. But yeah, guys, that doesn't mean that in my rest days I don't do cardio or I don't move around a lot because I still try to get my steps in. I still try to do cardio. And yeah, just don't be afraid to take rest days if you guys think that taking off will affect your training, because I promise you that if you do take rest days, it will do nothing but benefit you in your training, and it will help you feel more recovered and more fresh for every workout that you go into. So that's just my experience, what I have noticed in this new split that I have with incorporating rest days. That will be it for this video. I will see you guys in full arm day for the next one.